Welcome back to the Can't Kick the Habit podcast. In today's episode, I will be going over Week 2 of the NFL prior to the two Monday night games between the Vikings and the Eagles and the Bills and the Titans. Just for the record, my picks are Bills defeat the Titans and Vikings destroy the Eagles. Those are my picks for tonight's games. The first game here on Google is the New England Patriots versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I did not have a chance to watch this game, but Mac Jones goes 21 of 35, 252 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Damian Harris, 15 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, 6 receptions, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. Puts an end to the haters saying he can't catch, which has been an issue for him in past years. So I'm rooting for him to pick it up a little bit. Jacoby Myers, 9 for 95. He has a good game. The Patriots beat the Steelers 17-14. Mitch Trubisky goes 21 of 33, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Rushing the run game for the Steelers, not effective at all. Najee Harris goes 15 carries, 49 yards, and no touchdowns. Through the entire game, the Steelers only ran the ball 22 times, and I think everybody knows in the NFL, if you want to win games, besides if you are the Buffalo Bills or the Kansas City Chiefs, you need to run the ball. That's just how you're going to get things done in the NFL. The low-scoring affair between the Patriots and the Steelers. Deontay Johnson, 6 receptions for 57 yards. Scoreboard looks like the Patriots were in control of this game since the beginning. Steelers only have 6 points to show through the first 3 quarters. Patriots get it done. Next game, Panthers-Giants. I watched the beginning of this game, and Giants' first 2 drives, 2 field goals, cannot put it in the end zone. That's something they have to figure out moving forward if they want to become a playoff team. Baker Mayfield, 14 of 29, 145, and 1 touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 15 carries for 102 yards. You can see they're trying to slowly work him back into the offense. He's been very injury-prone for the past few seasons. So I give props to the Panthers. He is an all-star running back, and he needs to be on the field as much as possible for the Panthers good and for the viewers good, because he is a great athlete. Receiving, Baker spread the ball around. Leading receiver was Christian McCaffrey, so receivers they weren't getting open, dropping balls. Something happened, but Giants, Daniel Jones goes 22 of 34, 167 yards, and 1 touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 21 carries, 72 yards. Receiving, leading receiver was Sterling Shepard for 34 yards. So a lot of quick passes today in this game. Defenses played great, but Giants pull out a fourth quarter win. But if the Giants want to become a playoff team this year, they need to put balls in the end zone early instead of kicking field goals. Jets-Browns. Jets come back. The Joe Flacco-led New Jersey Jets come back in the fourth quarter to defeat the Cleveland Browns. I believe it was 31-17, and the Jets, Joe Flacco goes 26 of 44, 307 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And Garrett Wilson, the rookie wide receiver, 8 receptions, 102 yards, and 2 touchdowns. If you had him in fantasy, you are looking real good. But the Browns, the Jets had I'm pretty sure they had a minute 40-something to drive down the field, score a touchdown, onside kick, and then drive again and score another touchdown. And the Browns just let it happen to them. You cannot let that happen if you are the Cleveland Browns. And I know the Browns are without a star quarterback, but, they made it to the playoffs last year, or 2 years ago, I think it was, with Baker Mayfield. And they had this game in the bag up until the last 2 minutes of the game. So Jacoby Brissett, 22 of 27, 229 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Nick Chubb was their offense today. 17 carries, 87 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So fantasy owners are real happy with Nick Chubb. But just a crazy game between the Jets and the Browns. Jets pull out a last-second victory. The Indianapolis Colts are frauds upon frauds upon frauds. They need to figure something out. They need to pick up the pace. I know it's only week 2, but you're losing to the Jaguars. The Colts, in my opinion, have the roster to go deep into the playoffs. But Matt Ryan isn't showing up. 16 of 30, 195 yards and 3 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor not doing much so far. He had a great week 1. Week 2, totally different. 9 carries for 54 yards. But this is one of those games. This is one of those instances where one of the teams who should not win at all just has something above the other team, like the Jaguars and the Colts and who's another team? I don't even know. But the Jaguars somehow find a way to beat the Colts, or the Saints and the Buccaneers. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers should always beat the New Orleans Saints, but somehow the New Orleans Saints either come out victorious or keep it close all the time. Same with this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars defeat the Colts 24-0. I mean, how do you shut up the Colts? Matt Ryan, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman's out. So they don't have much of a wide receiving game. But I mean, that's unacceptable if you're the Indianapolis Colts. All right. Miami Dolphins versus the Baltimore Ravens. This was a crazy, crazy, crazy game. Tua, 36 of 50, 469 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. 6 touchdowns? Are you kidding me, Tua? Tua turned the ball over. More like Tua touchdown thrower. Am I right, everybody? Rushing, Raheem Mostert goes 11 for 51. Not much in terms of run game, but listen to these stats. Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 190 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 11 receptions, 171 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Mike Gesicki, their tight end, 4 receptions for 41 yards and a touchdown. I mean, another game where the Dolphins they scored 28 points in the fourth quarter. That is insane. They were down 25 points, and they come back. Tua leads the Miami Dolphins to a victory over Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson had a great game, too. 21 of 29, 318 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He also rushed for 119 yards and a touchdown. So this game is not on Lamar Jackson. This is on, I don't even know who it's on. I think it's on coaching. Because how do you let this happen? If you're the Ravens, this should not happen. And maybe this is a turn of events for the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel's obviously doing great things in Miami right now. But Rashad Bateman for the Ravens, 4 receptions, 108 yards, and a touchdown. Anyways, crazy, crazy game between the Dolphins and the Ravens. Buccaneers Saints, totally worthless game up until the fourth quarter. Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore have a fight. Crazy, crazy fight. Tom Brady was upset all game, but the fight between Marshawn Lattimore and Mike Evans turned the tides. They both were ejected. And Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, it mainly was their defense. Their defense just destroyed the New Orleans Saints and Jameis Winston in the last quarter. Tom Brady goes 18 of 34, 190 yards and a touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 24 carries for 65 yards. Receiving, Tom Brady spread the ball around everywhere. Rashad Perryman with the only receiving touchdown. Jameis Winston, I don't know why this guy still has a job. 25 of 40, 236, a touchdown, and 3 interceptions. He is probably the most forgiving quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life.